I am a nobody. Devoid of grand titles and scholarly robes that adorn the esteemed, I lay no claim to secret revelations that would reshape the world. For all I possess is my tale, a humble offering that may either paint me a madman or stir the depths of your soul. Before my trip to the West Coast in 2019, a journey that marks its 5th year come May, I found myself ensnared by the clutches of alcohol. A desperate soul teetering on the brink of death. My personal odyssey through the dark night of the soul unfolded without grace. Yet an inexplicable force kept me tethered to life's thread. It is 2018. I am located in Brampton, Ontario. The bar's beckoning seemed inexplicable. A siren call that, despite my reluctance, I could not resist. I won't claim sainthood, for I've trodden paths less virtuous even to this day. But the ambient hum of the bar never provided solace. Amongst companions who spoke passionately of dreams, the reality manifested in transactions of white powder. Cocaine, not aspirations. And that air thickened with the scent of petroleum. We seemed to breathe more of its fumes than life-sustaining oxygen. It's an irony, a contradiction, etched in the fabric of my memories. The friends I surrounded myself with indulged in substances rather than aspirations. Yet strangely, nostalgia wraps itself around those moments. The bar, with its flawed allure, became a backdrop for camaraderie that resonates despite the toxic air we breathed. Reflecting on those times brings back a complex narrative, a juxtaposition of dreams spoken and choices made in the haze of that environment. It's a reflection, not of perfection, but of the intricate tapestry of experiences that have shaped me. Even though alone with my thoughts, the cycle continued. The contrast between the outward act of distancing myself from negative influences and the inward spiral into desolation painted a poignant picture of eternal conflict, and all I had was a bottle as a dubious confidant. The bottle in its liquid embrace became a symbol of the blurred lines between seeking solace and succumbing to despair. Most of this was just a cover for the nightmares I dealt with in my own bedroom, though. Sleep paralysis. A psychologically perplexing phenomenon. Confines individuals in a paralyzed state between wakefulness and sleep. During these episodes, the mind remains awake while the body is immobilized, often accompanied by vivid hallucinations or a sense of impending dread. This unsettling experience is linked to disrupted REM sleep and heightened stress, intertwining psychological and physiological elements in an enigmatic dance of the mind. My first encounter with sleep paralysis was as a 7-year-old child. Barely conscious, I found myself paralyzed in the presence of a haunting red aura, hovering over my bed. What felt like hours, though it could have been mere minutes, was abruptly interrupted by the arrival of my father. The eerie red plasma dispersed, but the lingering sense of something beyond myself remained. From 2016 to 2019, during a period of personal turbulence, the memory resurfaced into the present. Sleep paralysis, once a rare occurrence, now manifested more frequently than ever before. A shadowy figure, a menacing presence, would bloom over my head, making it a weekly to sometimes daily ordeal. Desperate for solace, I sought refuge in the company of others haunted by their own experiences. At a dimly lit bar, I found myself surrounded by people equally tormented. The atmosphere was thick with the palpable weight of shared nightmares. As I sat with a young woman who clearly despised her job, we exchanged stories of these nocturnal terrors. Our conversations delved into the psychological intricacies of sleep paralysis, exploring the impact of stress and emotional turmoil on the frequency and intensity of these haunting episodes. In those moments, the bar became a sanctuary for souls grappling with the shadows that plagued our nights. The encounters with the shadow being became not just personal nightmares, but a shared psychological phenomenon, connecting us through the common thread of our haunted sleep. My sister, glimpsing my self-inflicted torment, delved into esoteric, mystical traditions and practiced medicine shamanistic teachings, a realm that beckoned me with an unspoken allure, yet one I hesitated to approach in fear's shadow. It was she who, in a moment of wisdom, proposed a pilgrimage to Vipassana, a 10-day sojourn that unfolded in the sacred precincts of Merritt, British Columbia, and altered the course of my existence in ways beyond my wildest imaginings. Vipassana, a meditation technique birthed from the loins of Buddhist tradition, spoke of clear seeing and insight. It beckoned practitioners to turn their gaze inward, to observe the rhythmic dance of breath and the ephemeral sensations of the corporal vessel. A disciplined voyage into mindfulness, an immersion in the present moment, and a pursuit of liberation from the shackles of attachment and aversion. I arrived in the distant realm of British Columbia, leaving behind the familiar streets of Toronto, a city steeped in the cacophony of daily life. The temple loomed before me like an ancient monolith, its silent corridors whispering secrets untold. An eerie nervousness clung to me like a specter, urging me to retreat to the comfort of the known. Yet, fate intervened in the form of a man that we would call Deepak, seemingly affluent soul in pursuit of something undefined. Day 1. Unfurled with an awkward camaraderie among strangers, bound by a vow of silence, the singing bowl resonated, a haunting melody signaling the commencement of our silent sojourn. 2 agonizing hours passed in searing pain as we sat, our bodies aflame with discomfort. The bell's respite granted us a brief escape to the temple grounds, where the reality of another 8 hours unfolded before me like an ominous prophecy. The days blurred into a relentless cycle of pain, silence, singing bowls ringing, and a tantalizing aroma of delicious meals. The bell's toll became a cruel reminder of the hours spent in agony, with no peace in sight, only turbulent thoughts swirling in the void of my mind. Day 4. We began scanning our bodies, a ritualistic exploration from toes to head. Pain persisted, but a semblance of familiarity emerged. That night brought a lucid dream. I saw the silhouette of a hooded woman in a misty void. She floated towards me slowly, and as she came near, I could see she had eyes larger than most humans. She floated directly towards my face and bestowed a kiss that unveiled profound depths of consciousness. The subsequent days saw a metamorphosis, pain yielding to awareness, and a joy vibrating within the recesses of my being. As day 7 arrived, a new chapter unfolded. Time twisted and contorted as I delved deeper into my consciousness, becoming acutely aware of the cosmic source. Day 8. Day 8 transcended even the frequency of love, unveiling the authenticity pulsating within. Day 9. Day 9 ushered me into pure detachment. I grinned at the void that stared back. Day 10. Day 10, we practiced an ethereal practice of metta, and we all collectively irradiated cosmic love. Detached, yet feeling it all, I spread this boundless warmth to the universe. In the realm of detachment, an extraordinary paradox unfolded. Though severed from the shackles of attachment, I found myself immersed in an expansive, all-encompassing awareness. There was no vessel to contain the torrent of emotions. Yet I became the conduit through which the cosmic love of divinity surged. From the very core of my being, I felt a profound electricity, an ethereal force that defied gravity, floating both upwards and downwards simultaneously. It was as if I had transcended the limitations of the physical realm, suspended in a state of weightless ecstasy. Every fiber of my existence resonated with the sublime frequencies of the universe. The cosmic love I experienced seemed boundless, stretching beyond the confines of space and time, embracing every corner of existence. As I opened myself to this divine current, a sense of floating engulfed me, transcending the earthly tethers that typically anchor our perception of reality. It was an immersive journey into the boundless expanses of consciousness, where the boundaries between self and the cosmos blurred into an indistinguishable dance of energy. This profound experience etched itself indelibly into the tapestry of my psyche and heart. The memory of that moment lingered, an enduring testament to the transformative power of detachment and the uncharted territories of enlightenment. The electricity that coursed through me became a guiding light, an internal beacon illuminating the path to greater understanding, connection with the cosmic tapestry of existence. This encounter with enlightenment was not just a fleeting moment. It became a constant wellspring of inspiration, shaping the contours of my spiritual journey in ways that words could only attempt to capture. As the final notes of the meditation faded away, I shifted my gaze to the corner where Deepak had gracefully settled onto his throne of pillows, a sight I'd grown accustomed to witnessing throughout the retreat. His demeanor transcended the ordinary, though. He embodied a bodhisattva, a living testament to spiritual grace that exceeded my contemplations. The story continued beyond the temple's walls. 3 years elapsed, and a message from Deepak reached me unveiling a realm beyond the tangible, a claim of summoning light orbs into his dwelling. While the invitation to witness phenomena lingered, I chose not to partake. My decision was deliberate, a testament to the culmination of experiences and revelations within the Vipassana journey. By then, my voyage had unveiled mysteries untold and opened portals to realms beyond conventional understanding. But we are not there yet. The choice not to visit Deepak was not rooted in skepticism. In fact, I believed him. The Vipassana story had concluded, leaving me with a wealth of internal wisdom, an unshakable belief in the unseen threads that connected the spiritual tapestry of our lives. As the retreat's echoes faded, a choice lingered, an unspoken commitment to remain in the embrace of British Columbia, a decision mulling within me since 2017, finally crystallized because of the stillness of self-contemplation. This marked my initiation, a turning point etched into the fabric of existence. Despite this experience, a year later found me grappling with entrenched habits. A global pandemic looming large, and the specter of the abyss still casting its shadow. Death hovered over my mind once again. The lessons of Vipassana, however, somehow still endured, transcending the chaos of my tumultuous living circumstances, which I will expand on in further tales. In the crucible of 2020, burdened by excess weight and a pallid complexion, I gazed upon a stranger in the mirror, a self I could scarcely recognize. Surrender, an art seldom practiced by me despite the retreat, became my plea for a solution. Unexpectedly, a message from Raziel, the archangel of wheels and constellations, found its way to me. A cosmic missive introducing me to the Shemha Meforash, Golden Dawn, and the Kabbalah. A new journey was about to begin, even though it took me a year to realize after the retreat. We often think just because we did the temple work that it will automatically work out for us. Nature goes at her own pace. This juncture would serve as a springboard into a 4-year odyssey, a commitment to a life steeped in consciousness and spiritual devotion. The Shemha Meforash, rooted in the mystical tendrils of Jewish Kabbalah, unfurled before me. A tapestry woven with 72 three-letter names of God, each name a sacred cipher embodying a facet of the divine. This journey was bigger than myself, stripping away illusions of grandeur as I transitioned, not on my ego's terms, but on the terms of a higher power. The last 4 years, indescribable in conventional terms, were an exhilarating dance with the cosmic forces. The knower and the known are one. Simple people imagine that they should see God as if he stood there and they here. This is not so. God and I, we are one in knowledge. Meister Eckhart. The esoteric world, a magnetic force, initially captivated my attention through conspiratainment, cryptids, and the enigmas behind tragic events. Yet these were mere distractions, veils shrouding a deeper truth. My inner child pointed to forgotten realms, and with that came memories of me as a child sketching legions of angels, demons, and mystical beasts. An awakening to the true purpose of my existence. To remember. Before delving into personal work with Raziel, the Archangel unveiled the Golden Dawn, a labyrinthine system of techniques guiding my collaboration to the Shemha Meforash. The Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, a clandestine society birthed in the late 19th century, beckoned with its spiritual development, ceremonial magic, and exploration of occult knowledge. The middle pillar exercise and the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram, key practices associated with the Golden Dawn, became allies in my quest. The LBRP, a foundational ritual, confronted my inner complexities, while the middle pillar ushered me into my corporeal vessel, fostering harmony. The middle pillar exercise. The middle pillar is a ritualistic practice aimed at balancing and harmonizing the energy centers within the practitioner's body. It draws upon the concept of the Kabbalistic tree of life, and the middle pillar represents the central column of this symbolic structure. The exercise involves visualizations and affirmations to activate and align the energy centers, known as the Sephiroth, along the middle pillar. The middle pillar exercise is intended to enhance spiritual awareness, promote physical well-being, and create a sense of balance and unity within the practitioner. The LBRP. The Lesser Banishing Ritual of the Pentagram is a foundational ritual within the Golden Dawn traditions and is widely used in various magical practices, and it serves multiple purposes. Exoterically, it is said that it banishes unwanted influences, purifying the ritual space and invoking protective forces. The ritual involves tracing pentagrams in the air while vibrating sacred names associated with the elements. The pentagrams are typically drawn at the cardinal points, east, west, north, and south, followed by visualizations of divine light and the use of specific god names for further spiritual protection. It introduces the practitioner to the occult world and reveals that which is unseen, yet still influences. It is considered a fundamental practice for Golden Dawn initiates. Not an endorsement for the Golden Dawn, but sometimes deep authenticity requires strategy. Though it was foreign to me, I felt right at home with the practices. I can only provide a testament to its ability for dissolving self-imposed illusions. As I unraveled layers, the younger me, once unburdened by analysis paralysis, had navigated life with hope. In contrast, my 20s, a turbulent sea without a lasting legacy, left me adrift in my own failures. Meister Eckharts' teachings became a compass in the tumult, forging a connection with Christ's teachings, free from the entanglements of evangelicals and Catholics. Detachment from personal desires, living in the present moment, union with God, letting go of dualistic thinking, silence, and listening. All facets of Eckhart's wisdom melded into my evolving narrative. Detachment and divine will. Eckhart emphasized the importance of detachment from personal desires and egoic attachments. He believed that true spiritual freedom and right action arise when individuals align their will with the divine. For him, the ideal decision is one that is in harmony with the divine purpose. A human being has so many skins inside, covering the depths of the heart. We know so many things, but we don't know ourselves. Why? 30 or 40 skins or hides, as thick and as hard as an ox's or bear's, cover the soul. Go into your own ground and learn to know yourself there. Living in the present moment. Eckhart encouraged the focus on the present moment, advocating for a state of mindfulness and attentiveness. In decision-making, being fully present allows individuals to discern the divine guidance and act in accordance with the unfolding reality. Time is what keeps the light from reaching us. There is no greater obstacle to God than time. Union with God and action. The concept of the soul's union with God is central to Eckhart's teachings. He saw this union as the source of true wisdom and right action. Actions that emanate from a soul united with God are seen as expressions of divine love. The eye with which I see God is the same eye with which God sees me. My eye and God's eye is one eye, and one sight and one knowledge and one love. Letting go of dualistic thinking. Eckhart challenged dualistic thinking and encouraged a transcendent perspective that goes beyond opposites. In decision-making, this could involve recognizing and moving beyond binary choices, seeing the interconnectedness of all things. God is not found in the soul by adding anything, but by a process of subtraction. Eckhart valued the practice of inner stillness and listening for the voice of God within. In decision-making, taking the time for contemplation and listening to the inner guidance becomes crucial. Nothing in all creation is so like God as stillness. 4 years later, I stand at the crossroads. A decision was made to unveil my tale, a narrative of horror and inspiration. More details of my journey will follow. But in this moment, what hesitations echo in your chamber of existence? Has divinity unveiled its plan for you? Amid doubt, know this, it matters not, for the divine orchestrates the way. O ye of little faith, believe this, you can move mountains. I am a nobody still. Yet in the cosmic dance, no life is futile, no soul a mere pawn. Each a golden chain weaving the creation of a new universe. Choose life, my friend. For in the symphony of existence, every note, however faint, resonates with purpose, no matter how impermanent.